Hi lovely souls, my name is Samantha James. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Today we have a pick a card for you, and it's a collab with Either Ascended, aka the Cosmic Awakening. I have her channel linked in the description box below. As you guys may have known, or if you are just discovering, I am sharing the table with other tarot readers, so you'll be seeing a lot of collabs on my channel. I want to give light to some of the more baby tarot card readers out there that are just so talented and deserve way more exposure, and if I can assist in any kind of way, I just love that I can do that. Today we have a pick a card for you, and I was feeling something a little more spiritual, and it's going to be, how would your spiritual team, your spirit guides, describe you, and what do they want you to know right now? We have 3 piles to choose from today. We have pile number 1 with number 28, I am a leader. Pile number 2 with number 30, I am imaginative. And pile number 3 with 15, I am wise. So 3 piles to choose from today, and I will see you guys in your pile. Hi, pile number 1, welcome. If you guys chose I am a leader, number 28, this is for you. This is a collab with my girl, so definitely check out her channel. That is linked down below. We are going to be talking about how would your spirit guides describe you, and what do they want you to know right now? I do want to say up front that I am suffering this morning from, I don't know what. I thought it was allergies, and I took allergy medicine like 30 minutes ago, and I would have assumed it would have kicked in by now, but I'm starting to feel like maybe it's not allergies because I'm like hot. So there might be some interruptions in this reading, hopefully not. I'm going to give it a college try and see how much I can get through this without sneezing or sniffling all up in the microphone, but I do apologize in advance. And then another announcement before I get into it, I am sharing the table and I'm doing collaborations with tarot card readers out on YouTube that I am a fan of myself and I just think are so talented. And I am opening that up for anyone who wants to do a collaboration. So definitely hit me up if that is something that you are interested in. But this is a collaboration with Either Ascended, aka the Cosmic Awakening. She is so talented. Definitely check out her channel. I have that link down below. All right, you guys, so you chose this card. In an effort to accomplish great things, you recognize the value of working with others. You make a capable and compassionate leader who can bring people together and drive a team toward achievement. Okay, so compliment number 1 from your spiritual team, how they would describe you, is that you are a leader and you are really capable of accomplishing great big things. And I think that they're also kind of saying up front that you have this very empathetic nature where you are able to really see people's potential and their value. Something I'm hearing is that has also kind of been like, it's like a blessing and a curse, because you tend to want to bring people up that don't want to put in the work themselves, and there's just not much we can do about that. You know, when you see that potential in someone and you really want to build them up, but it's just like draining you to do so because they are just incapable of raising their own vibration. Sometimes we have to leave those people behind, although we don't want to. That's just something that I'm hearing, but you are definitely capable, and I'm seeing compassionate. So that goes back into what I was saying. You're an empathetic and compassionate leader. You're someone that could definitely lead, yes, in general, but I'm seeing in my mind something about a startup or a philanthropy or something that has a cause, okay? So you're not just building like I'm hearing like you're not just like a venture capitalist, or like you're just not in it just for money. You're in it for there to be meaning attributed to the work that you do. Okay, group number 1, good start. I love that. Maybe 28 is significant to you. Maybe you were born on the 28th, or you were born on the 2nd or the 8th or the 10th. So I have pre-shuffled some oracle. I'm going to do that first, and then we are going to pull the tarot. So let's get into it. We have come together. Fairies like to be busy, and a group of them is showing you that many hands make light work. Working as a team helps get the job done. Yeah, you really have like a leadership quality to you. And if you haven't accessed that part of yourself, maybe you naturally are a leader, you're not a follower, but you don't necessarily have like a group that you're currently leading. Spirit and your team is really urging you to go out and discover your community. Wow, as I said that, and I have not looked at these cards. I literally have not. So go outside. They're like, go out, get out there, girl. Like, it's time to go outside. Tune into the powerful piece of nature wherever you are and feel at one with your habitat. Yes, I think you can take this card literally and go outside and do some grounding work in nature. I think it would serve a lot of good for you, group number 1. But I'm also feeling like, you know, put yourself out there more, because people are drawn to your light and do want to follow you like a moth to a flame. Wow, we have beauty. You're also really beautiful and attractive, and I feel like your spiritual team wanted to mention that it's not just the fact that you are so intelligent and capable and strong and independent and individualistic. I'm seeing maybe for some of y'all out there, you are born in the month of February, so some Aquariuses, some Pisces, that would really go hand in hand with the philanthropy here, or the 8th month, which is August, some Leos, but there's something that really stands out about you. You stand out of the crowd, okay? There's a sniffle, so I apologize. Number 10, Unfinished Symphony. Okay. Share your voice. What? Group number 1, come out of the cave. Persecution, expression. Wow. Your team is really aware that you have some sort of talent, you have some sort of skill set naturally, and you haven't necessarily broadcasted it yet. Now, I understand this more than y'all know, and I'm in the middle of transforming my channel, but it's a slow burn, and it's not something that is gonna happen overnight, because it's a personal journey for me. I am tying this back to myself, not to make it about me, but just to show you an example of how I can relate to maybe what is going on here, group number 1. I have a lot to say and a lot to share, and I have a skill set that I'm very aware of, but sharing my voice and putting myself out there and being the leader that I know I'm capable of being is very hard for me to do. I have suffered from a lot of insecurities and self-esteem issues, and it's been quite a journey to get my confidence back on track. So it's one of those things where I want to say, like, I know it's easier said than done. I think we live in a society that is pretty shameless. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not putting down anyone that is out there really, really out there on social media. Ooh, I'm gonna sneeze. But I just could never. I'm trying not to say never. Like, I am trying to put myself out there, but you're never gonna see me dancing on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not that type. And for those that are confident enough to be like on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and selfies, and like, that's awesome. Good for them. I'm almost envious of those traits, because I just like cannot bring myself to do it, even though it's coming full circle back to, yes, like I should be doing that. But it's interesting because I'm seeing a similar energy with you, group number 1, where maybe you are lacking confidence or self-esteem in this area where you have a talent or a skill set, but you are afraid to put yourself out there. And your guides are saying that if there was sort of an insecurity having to do with your looks, you really truly are beautiful, and people really agree and see that. Okay, we have deep breathing. Deep breathing can be something that will come in handy for you as far as kind of putting your anxiety at ease. But something here is unfinished or not finished or has not yet been, I keep wanting to say broadcasted. It hasn't been broadcasted yet. So let's pull into the tarot and see what other messages that we find, you guys. But I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here, and thank you for supporting me. Please support my girl. She's linked down below in the description box below. If you could give this video a little like, it helps my channel out more than I thought it would. All right, so group number one. I don't know why I said group number 2. Maybe you've been seeing 2s a lot, 222, and I think off the top of my head, that's an angel number signifying that you are on the right path or you're about to embark on a new path. There's some sort of new beginning here at play for you. Are you kidding? Right as I said that, the Wheel of Fortune and then Temperance right under that. Yeah, you guys are about to embark on a new chapter, new cycle of your life. Maybe it required a lot of release work, and maybe that's where the deep breathing and the go outside for the grounding work comes into play. Okay, I'm hearing that the things that you went through were a part of what you are going to broadcast. So like for example, like a tiny little baby example is like, oh, you went through something crazy and you're going to write a book about it. And it's a book that people need to read so they can relate to. But there's something about you that's very relatable. And so if you were ever, I guess your guides are saying, you know, if you're wondering, well, what was the purpose of all these things that I've been through and like why, like it just deteriorated my confidence. They were like, it was supposed to bring you back full circle so you could relay the foundation of yourself and be almost a guiding light, a mentor even to others whose voices needed to be expressed through you. Wow, powerful. 4 of Pentacles as the center energy so far in the spread, because that tells me that you guys are a bit shy, a bit guarded, a bit introverted. And trust me, when I say all this stuff, I get it. I get it. I understand. Like, there's a reason I'm like not in front of the camera, like on YouTube, you know, there's a reason that I don't do things like that. And I'm trying. It's been a New Year's resolution for me for 2024 to put myself out there, to embrace myself more. If you check out my Instagram, I'll have that link down below as well. Come say hi. But it's been like a challenge for me to start posting more photos of myself. It's just not something I used to do. Okay, so we have Judgment. Wow, we have 3 major arcana, very powerful, and 3 major arcana surrounding the center energy of the 4 of Pentacles. So it's like the 4 of Pentacles being you're guarded, you're shy, you're introverted, you've kind of been gatekeeping all these beautiful little talents that you have. And then on the outside of that energy, it's like greatness and greatness and greatness. It's like you don't even understand how well you're going to be received. And I mean, how could we anticipate? But I think your spiritual team is urging you to just sort of relax into the outcome and expectation of what may happen if you put yourself out there, because it is truly you stepping outside of your comfort zone, and understand that you are going to be received really well. And this actually is part and parcel to your full destiny and your destined path. So 222, if you've been saying that a lot, that has a lot to do with destiny and your destined path. If you've been asking your guides, well, what do I need to know right now? I feel like the biggest thing that they want to say is like, you are on the edge, you're on the precipice. Like if you've been wondering, am I on the right path? Well, you're almost on the right path. The right path for you, group number 1, is putting yourself out there. And that's how you'll truly know that you've made it to your right destined path. Okay. So all of the anxiety, all the worries, all the insomnia and sleepless nights about, you know, whatever it is that you have been through is coming to a close. I think you are done with the hardships and those hardship cycles that you have probably been dealing with for a while within your life. And now It's time to breathe new life and new air, okay? So clarifying that Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, the Nine of Wands in reverse. The biggest message I'm seeing so far is the hardest parts are over. You can like relax, like you can breathe now. You can take a deep breath with me, group number 1, okay? Inhale. Exhale. One more. Let's do one more. Inhale. Exhale. I think because you've been through so many hardships, you just expect that. You know how to get through them. You know what to do. But you don't need to expect any more hardships. Like the hardest parts seem to be behind you, okay? And yeah, I was just about to say that. It was the hardships that helped. Is like, what did I just say? You know how to get through them because you have all the tools now necessary to get through them. So the same way that you have all the tools necessary to get through the hardships, you have all the tools necessary to thrive in the newer parts of your chapter and your life and embark on this journey. So although it is a bit out of your comfort zone, it's nothing more uncomfortable than what you've already been through and know how to go through. Does that make sense? Can I get an amen? So we have the Magician clarifying Temperance, which is a very powerful clarification here because it's your spiritual team urging you to take a start on this. And I'm not sure what it is I'm picking up on. It's going to range from person to person. So comment down below if you feel like sharing. But I'm loving this because sometimes I get overwhelmed as well. The world, so big, so big. This is a big reading, group number 1. So I'm really glad that you're here because I do feel like in the tarot community, people tend to ignore the more spiritual readings because they want to know what their crush thinks and blah blah blah, and all that's fun, and I love those things too, and I do the same thing. Like I love watching those, but it's like this is the direct channel. Here's the phone call from Spirit. Are you gonna pick up the phone? And so just by being here, like watching this video is a testament to the fact that you're in alignment, and I praise you for that because this video, I promise, is going to get way less views than an 18 plus that I post, which is fine. But you know what my point is. My point is that this is the harder fruit to bear. And I think the reason why these videos aren't as popular is because it's truth, and truth is not always easy to receive, and it's not always light. This one is, like, this is really a great reading, group number 1. But again, you took that first step by clicking on this video, so congrats on that. I love that for you. And here is this big message for you from your spiritual team. We have the World as the center energy of this spread, clarifying the 4 of Pentacles here. You are destined for greatness. Oh my God. And I just was like hit with so much emotion. Like I want to cry. Because it's like, I'm just so proud of you. I don't know what you went through or have been going through, group number 1, but it limited your belief system in yourself. And if only you could like turn this little gorgeous lens you have on other people, seeing their value and seeing their potential on yourself. See your value, see your potential, group number 1, because you're so destined for greatness. If anything, the world, if anything, the Wheel of Fortune, the world, Temperance, these judgment, the spiritual team has made a judgment call on you, and they said, you, group number 1, you're the chosen one. You're the one that we want to be out there in front of the masses, on the front lines, doing God's work, essentially. We're going to channel through you, through your art, through your writing, through your music, whatever it is that you guys are doing, group number 1, you are doing it with basically the Holy Spirit behind you. And you're destined for greatness. And I'm going to say it again. You're destined for greatness, and you're destined for greatness. And I don't know why you don't believe me, but I'm going to say it again. You're destined for greatness, okay? Little siren in the background is confirmation of that. clarify judgment for me. The world, again, also being even more clarification that the cycles that you previously embarked on that were challenging and hard, they set you up for the greatness, but those things are over. So you don't have to anticipate hardship anymore. And I think you got accustomed to anticipating things being hard and difficult and stressful and maybe a bit ugly and gritty, but that's done, okay? That's done. And King of Wands here, clarifying judgment. Yeah, your spiritual team made a judgment call about you. They observed you during your hardships. What I love about hardships and adversity is that's where your true character is. That's where the core of your essence and your being is. Anyone can be a good person when the bills are paid and life is good and everything's going out for them. The true character and person within is when everything, like when shit has hit the fan. Who the fuck are you then? Are you still a good, godly person? Are you still kind to your neighbors and your friends? Do you still have love in your heart? Do you still have compassion? Do you pray? And that's the thing that's interesting to me, is that is the true judgment, okay? And your spiritual team observed you through all of this, and it didn't harden you. And now I want to cry again. What is going on? It's like they're not saying that they put you through hardships because you deserved it or you deserve to go through hardships. It was a part of your life's journey, your soul's contracts. But they observed how you navigated them and they're proud of you, okay? And, making me emotional. And they made a judgment call that you are this leader with the King of Wands here. And you have a lot of creative energy. So I do feel like what they want you to broadcast and showcase could have to do with the creative field. But I think even more importantly, it's just truly encompassing that you should have been built up in strength, in internal strength, and veracity to be the confident leader that they know that you can be. Because the King of Wands, it's like we got Leo energy, Aries, Sagittarius. This is all about showcasing yourself. This is about putting yourself out there unapologetically, confidently. Clarify the 9 of Swords in reverse, 7 of Pentacles. So yeah, this is definitely the start of your journey here, the start of this new journey, this new chapter, planting the seeds. I think your guides are also saying, like, don't rush. Don't feel the need to have it all figured out. This is just a part of the journey and you will get to the outcome. And I think more things will be revealed to you as well. Okay, what do you want group number 1 to know? And then we're going to pull like a little angel message. We have the 5 of Cups in reverse. They want you to leave the past in the past, okay? Here, I'm gonna put all this back. I'm gonna sneeze. I think I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Why is it in reverse? I'm putting it upright. We have the Hierophant, the Strength. Your intuition is going to be your biggest guide in this new chapter of your life. So please trust it. I think when I made that little comment about clicking on spiritual readings, please continue to click on them because they will have more messages in guiding you. They do want to have access to you. That could also go back into go outside and doing the grounding work. I have found that with grounding work, it allows you to kind of keep yourself away from stimuli or extra stimuli that we are so prone to being just constantly around in this society with our phones and TV and computers. And, you know, it's just like noise. And it allows you to really reconnect with the inner voice within that you might not necessarily be able to hear because it's being drowned out by all this other stimuli. So I love grounding work for that purpose. And I feel like your spiritual team really wants to be in your ear as a helping guide towards you on these next moves that you're going to be making. You can expect some money to be coming in as well. I do feel like you are going to be stepping into a period of prosperity with that Wheel of Fortune and the Nine of Pentacles. You're going to be feeling very independent financially, and I feel like you're just going to be feeling very confident about yourself in general. With the Queen of Swords popping out as well, they want to tell you that it's okay to assert your boundaries. And one of the biggest things they want to say is not to take offense to people's reactions to the boundaries that you may have to put in place. I think that you're very compassionate. We saw that with this oracle that you got to start with number 28. And I think you're very empathetic as well, group number 1. So you might be concerned with hurting people's feelings, but it is what it is when it comes to asserting energetic, spiritual, and just real life boundaries with people. And I don't know, I saw this quote somewhere and it was like, how people react to your boundaries says a lot more about them than it does about you. So although you feel like you may be coming off as a bitch, I just wouldn't look at it from that perspective. You're going to get a lot of projections, and it's going to be kind of a tough thing for you to do or to learn to hone in on as a skill. But you will be better for it because you will be reserving yourself for only the things that truly matter. Okay, so let's pull a little angel message, little advice from your spiritual team. Quiet retreat. Yeah, they're really urging you to kind of like disconnect is what I'm hearing. Oh shit, I saw that. Sorry. Whoa, that's crazy. It's time to disconnect from the outer world so that you can discern and process your true thoughts and feelings from your inner world. Did I not just say all this? Create this quiet time for yourself and you'll have more clarity about what to do next. It's like I'm a sidekick or something. Love that. Group number 1, I love you so much. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you, and I hope that you stay safe and stay healthy. Definitely check out my girl's channel, link down below, to see if there's any alignment with the messages that I pulled and with the messages she pulled. Jackson, stop. I'll see you guys in your next video. Hi, lovely souls who chose group number 2 with number 30, the I Am Imaginative card. This is your reading. Today we are going to be talking about how would your spirit guides describe you, and what is it they want to say to you right now. This is a collaboration, and I definitely want you to check out my girl. I have her channel linked down below. She is truly such an amazing, like, magical person and human being. I'm so like excited to be collabing with her. She is I like feel like I'm pronouncing this incorrectly. Aether Ascended, aka the Cosmic Awakening. But yes, I have her link down below. Definitely give her a little shout out. All right, group number 2. I don't know if this is enough light for me. I think I'm gonna turn this little mini light on really quick. No, none of that. We're not doing that. Okay, that's much better. So I'm gonna kind of intuitively read before I get into the actual tarot cards. But we have number 30. You are an original, innovative thinker, an excellent communicator. You have a great talent for using creativity to convey your ideas, and your optimistic attitude has an uplifting effect on others. I am imaginative. Okay, so well, your spirit guides would definitely start off by saying all of this to you, that they think you are really authentic and original and unique. And a great communicator. You could be an air sign or have an air Mercury. Doesn't have to be. And I'm not saying that like air signs are the hallmark of great communicators, but I just felt like saying that. You could be a fire sign. I mean, who knows? But so let's get into your oracle. We have light. The fairy queen of light comes to shed love and light onto your current situation and to remind you that light can permeate the darkness. Penetrate, but permeate as well. I love that. Honor the masculine, number 10. Respecting men, embracing the masculine divine. Interesting. All right, I'm already intuitively getting that some of y'all, because part of this reading is what your spirit guides want to tell you or like a message they have for you. And I feel like some of y'all might be going through something with a divine masculine who is not on your level. So you could resonate with the divine masculine, divine feminine journey. They have this potential of being the divine masculine, but I feel like they weren't there yet. They haven't caught up to you. They're definitely not as awakened as you are, group number 2. And I feel like maybe there could have been a rift with this person with chopped wood. I don't know. I'm just kind of getting some intuitive hints that maybe this is like a struggle bus situation. Like this is something that is like kind of bringing you down, maybe even bringing your energy down. Maybe there was, I mean, this is not a love reading and I have so many in my pick your card playlist, so definitely check out my channel. But I'm just kind of getting like a lovey type reading vibe. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so we have awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. We have hydrate, drink your water, girl. Group number 2, feel you, feel it, and take a walk. Oof, I love walks. If you guys follow me on Instagram, which I have linked down below as well, I am a walker. I am constantly walking in the woods, on a trail, and so forth, because I just am obsessed. So I believe in it. I believe in the power of walking. I think it's a really great like energy reset, and it really keeps me in alignment. With that said, I tend to be dehydrated because of it, so maybe we're on the same frequency here, group number 2. So, okay. I feel like with honor the masculine, I'm also getting your spirit guides kind of saying that maybe y'all tend to fall very heavily on the feminine side of energy. And as we know, or should be reminded, you know, it's all about having a balance, that yin and yang. Yin represents feminine energy and yang represents masculine energy, and you want to be able to have both, and being able to really like move from one to the other, that ebb and flow is the key to manifestation. So this could even just be a reminder from your guides that you should honor that side of you. That masculine side of us is the hustler, it's the doer, it's the one that's running errands and cleaning the house and getting shit done, you know, and accounting for yourself. And the feminine is the one that's resting and retreating and self-care and receiving and letting others like take them out on a date or whatever it is. Okay, so let's get into your tarot. We have the Hangman. We have the Four of Cups. I'm gonna do like, I felt okay, I just dropped the whole deck, I'm sorry. And I'm laughing because like I felt called to like split the deck and do like a shuffle that way, and then of course I just like dropped it. So hey, but I'm seeing like, wow, cut the deck at the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Swords. So hyper feminine energy here. Really badass too. Like this is my bad bitch pile. Group number 2. All right. Center of the energy of the spread, we have the Fool. So we have the Hangman, the Four of Cups, the Fool. We have the Eight of Swords and the Seven of Wands. So there's definitely, like with awakening and energetic upgrades, there's definitely some sort of ascension that you are on. The thing about like an awakening, and the thing that we get wrong in the spiritual community, is thinking that it only happens to us once. but we go through many energetic upgrades at all times because we're constantly aiming to raise our vibration and our frequency. And I feel like you guys are that. You're at that point right now. And with chopped wood and honor the masculine, take a walk, I'm really getting your guides urging you to tap more into your masculine energy, into your hustling energy, just for a little bit as a reset, so that you can go back into your feminine, which I do feel like comes more natural for you, and really reap the benefits. Clarify the Hangman for me. We have the 9 of Swords in reverse. Clarify the 4. I definitely feel like off the bat what I'm really getting from this spread so far, but I need clarifications, is that you guys have kind of been in a rut. Like a little bit of a rut where it's like you're not completely satisfied with anything that's really going on in your life. Your love life could be a little like annoying. Your career and financial life could be a little stagnated. I just feel like, and this could have a lot to do with the overlining message that I just keep repeating to y'all, that there's like a stagnation in your energy, and it could have to do with having to shift into another gear, which is that like masculine energy. So sometimes if we stay in our feminine too long, it's like we've reaped all the rewards we could, and now there's really nothing left to receive. So now it's time to like shift the gear into our masculine, get into that hustle, start accounting for things, stepping into your power, hustling, getting things to kind of start moving on a different momentum energetically. Okay, so we have the 2 of Swords clarifying the Fool, the 9 of Pentacles clarifying the 8 of Swords, clarify the 7 of Wands. I feel like y'all could have been dealing with some anxiety or mental health issues. Yeah, the Tower. And that's why we have the advice of take a walk or hydrate, because sometimes it's the most simple remedies that can be the best cure. Okay. Clarify the 9 of Swords in reverse for me. The Empress in reverse. Okay. Yeah, so this is exactly what I was talking about. There's some sort of pause or some sort of stagnation, or you could have really been entrenched by this Mercury retrograde that is currently going on as I post this and film this. But we just had like a really intense eclipse, a new moon, a full moon, like, you know, check under your chair. Like there's something else going on. Who fucking knows? And it could have really affected you, maybe even in a way where it feels kind of negative and you were kind of left in shambles. Like, what the hell? Like, what is going on? The Empress in reverse to me signifies someone who is not, like what I'm hearing in my mind is she's not receiving, she's not reaping the rewards of some of the things that she's tried to manifest. And I really think that the solution is kind of an easy fix, and it's just saying to shift gears, in my opinion, but this could have been the stagnancy that was going on. For a lot of you, I'm also just really getting that a relationship or a situationship or something never got off the ground. Even more so, it left you in a really difficult place mentally. It's giving me, and I could be totally wrong, but I'm just like channeling. What I'm imagining in my head is like someone like dangling a relationship in front of your face, and you guys really getting your hopes up to having that and receiving that and embarking on that, and then it not panning out that way and not happening, and then it just leaving you guys feeling very hollow and a void and numb. And I feel like you guys did realize logically that you're like, I have to just move on and get over this and kind of glow up, but it didn't really happen automatically the way that you thought it was, because you placed a lot of expectations on this connection. For some of you, this connection that I'm talking about could have been a job, could have been a move, could have been a house, fill in the blanks, however it resonates. But I'm strongly getting the latter for the collective here in group number 2. But I feel like what am I trying to say? It like turned something on within you that created a lot of like indifference, and it really caused like anxiety and like a tower moment and sleepless nights. And I feel like a lot of what I'm saying, the tower moment, the sleepless nights, the anxiety, is kind of more behind you. Like you are sort of seeing your way out of it. You're starting to see the light. You're starting to kind of awaken to like what this was and what the purpose of it is. And I really feel like the biggest purpose that this served you, if there was any purpose at all for like a relationship being dangled in front of your face, is that you had, it was like almost a testament to asserting your self-worth and self-value. And you had someone sort of fumble you as an empress, and you had to really call that and make a judgment call on that. And I feel like it left you in a place of feeling unworthy or invaluable. And I think you're kind of licking your wounds right now, ego speaking, and sifting through that so that you can sit back into your power with the King of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, because truly you never needed this person. I don't know why I'm running with this, that it's like a person, but I'm running with it, I guess. But truly you never needed them. You just wanted them. And I think you just needed that reminder that like they did not really bring anything to your table in particular. Clarify the Two of Swords for me. That you really do have it all like by yourself. But I just think that it was one of those, it just kind of feels like a breakup, you know? It wasn't for some of you like an actual breakup, but it felt like a breakup. And I do feel like with the Queen of Swords, Four of Swords coming out, like you made a judgment call to block this person and retreat your energy. And that's why we have the Empress in reverse showing up, because you had to really like deal with the fact that someone didn't value you and fumbled you, and it did make you feel some type of way. And I think you're recovering from that. And now you're at this reading, which I love for you, because I feel like your guides want to remind you that you are that bitch. And like group number 2, like the whole prompt of this reading is like, how would they describe you? So this is to say that they watched over and saw all of this happen. Like they bear witness to this, and you're going to receive your karmic justice for going through this. I'm hearing like a new man, like a new person that's even better than what you could have like imagined. A new relationship, but also they want to highlight your strength. Like you are a baddie, and like you are going to be fumbled, or it was almost inevitable for you to be fumbled, because not many people know how to really deal with an Empress period, you know, an Empress energy. And for you to like assert your boundaries energetically, or maybe even literally, it really showed the universe that you're ready for this next upgrade and ascension into your life. I am channeling so fucking hard right now, so I'm sorry if like some of y'all are like, what is going on? Like read the cards. Like I can't. I'm like getting messages and I'm really intense about it, but that's how I know I'm channeling. And the point really needs to be like put across here. Like drink your water, group number 2. No, I seriously feel like you guys are so badass and so cool. And I feel like this is someone that just did see that. They did see that, but it was intimidating to them. And they really didn't know how to handle you. And I don't think that they did handle you properly. And now I think it's like you're moving into a phase where it's like nose to the grindstone and it's time to just hustle. But on the other side of that hustle is a new something, fill in the blank. With honor the masculine, respecting men, this also goes to say, part and parcel to the point I was making, don't let this one person be a reflection of all masculine and give you the sense of being bitter. Okay, like I don't think your guides really want you to get into the energy of being bitter. Just move on and just know that you're bad. And like I think you guys are very, very attractive as well. And I think you do have a lot of options, but I think this is just like an option in particular that like you wanted. Yeah, I feel like it could have been, I mean, low key, like, okay, we got the Lovers popping out, the World. This was like, it could have been a soulmate. We have the Devil. There could have just been a hyper fixation with this person because you were very attracted to them as well. I do think the attraction was mutual. For some of you, I don't think the story is over between y'all, but what's interesting in this story that you didn't see coming, plot twist, is that, like, yes, you had to withdraw and you're now focused on yourself and your hustle, and maybe there are quite literal, tangible, real life earth things, 333 on the clock, that you have to pay attention to right now. It's almost like spirit took this person away from you on purpose, like divinely intervened, because they were like, you got to focus on X, Y, and Z. I'm hearing some of y'all are trying to buy a house, or like get your credit right, or like there's just some things that are like you're better off like being alone in this moment and focusing on, because you're gonna like really be happy about it like 3, 4, 5, 6 months from now. The plot twist is that you have this new relationship manifesting, like this new person coming, but I feel like for some of y'all this relationship isn't over either. And it's almost like you're gonna have to choose, like you're gonna have the choice. It's gonna be like a Bella Edward moment. It's gonna be like Eclipse when like Edward went to wherever the fuck he went, and Bella was like all depressed for like a bunch of months, and then like she became really close to Jacob, and then I can't. You know what I'm saying? Comment down below if you resonate. Eclipse, get it? Oh my God. Mind blown, dude. Literally. This is why I put a disclaimer in my description box, and I'm like, this is for entertainment purposes only. Because like, how can you take me seriously? I don't even take me seriously. But we out here. Okay, yeah, 2 of Pentacles. You're gonna have like a fucking decision to make. Because I feel like this other person, who I'm not getting huge, but like, I feel like Spirit's saying that they're gonna come back. Okay, we have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. We have Justice. Yeah, that karmic justice, center of the reading energy. If you are feeling lack, or if this person and their energy puts you in a scarcity mentality, a lack mentality, where it made you feel invaluable, unwanted, I think you're like kind of, like I said, licking your wounds, recollecting yourself, stepping back into your baddie energy. The weather's getting warmer. I feel like, what is this meme I saw? It was so funny. It was like, I'm like unfreezing. Like the hoe inside of me is like defrosting. Like it's time. The streets are calling for a hot girl summer. And I feel like if you were in that energy, like it's gonna be behind you, okay? You are going to be receiving some sort of karmic justice. I do feel like this person that kind of fumbled you really held back their feelings. I don't feel like they were fully like a divine masculine. And I do feel like this is someone that really operates from their ego, and they just never expressed to you like what you meant to them. And I feel like they are going to actually come back and kind of like right some of their wrongs, is what I'm seeing. For some of you, I am seeing a reunion. Wow, 9 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles. See what happens when you focus on yourself. Like literally all of these fruits of your labor, I'm just seeing springtime, you know, like things are blossoming. And I feel like you're going to be really thriving, because 1, you're going to have more than one choice at this point, but 2, you ended up focusing on your money, maybe your job or your work, and you started making more money. Now you have more cash for like the summer. I feel like you started focusing maybe even on just like going to the gym and like blah, blah, blah. And I don't know, like you're just really like aesthetically as well glowing up. And you're just going to be happy that you kind of did go through this depressive period. Yeah, we have the Queen of Wands, 10 of Wands underneath, because now you're coming out on the other side and you're fully defrosted, you know, like you're looking really fucking good. And I think your guides really want to like give an ode to that the wheel is turning in your favor, okay? I feel like your guides would really describe you as someone who's extremely resilient, and they gave you that resilience and that strength so that you could alchemize it and turn it into power. And I'm hearing for some of you, turning it into power and teaching other women or men to really hone in their power. Okay, so I'm going to get some advice for y'all, group number 2, and I'm going to leave that there. We have donations, tithing, and charitable work. Give joyfully to the organizations and people. Yeah, didn't I just say like giving, like teaching others or giving back sort of what you've learned in this journey to others? Okay, so give joyfully to the organizations and people who spiritually support and inspire you, and know that your generosity will be returned to you manyfold in miraculous ways. The time, supplies, money, or other resources you donate will ensure that your positive energy multiplies. Yes, I mean, I really do see that with the Wheel of Fortune. You guys are really, and the Nine of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, like you guys are really going to be thriving at this period and have a lot of choice into whatever it is you want. I do feel like clarity is coming with the Queen of Wands, clarifying the Seven of Swords here. So if this person was deceptive about their feelings or something in your life wasn't very clear to you, I feel like it's going to like come to light and make a lot more sense. Group number 2, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here. Definitely check out my girl's channel, Aether Ascended, aka The Cosmic Awakening. Her channel is linked down below in the description box. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you at your next reading. Hello, lovely souls. If you chose group number 3, which is number 15, I am wise. This is your pile. This is a collab with Aether Ascended, aka The Cosmic Awakening. She is such a lovely earth angel, so definitely check out her channel. I have that link down below. But today we're going to be talking about how would your spiritual team, your spirit guides describe you, and what is it that they want to tell you right now. So we're starting off with number 15, I am wise. Your love for others is powerful, and you're able to spread your gift of support far and wide. Your curious and social nature brings you into contact with a variety of people, all who would benefit from your warm, heartfelt words of wisdom. So I'm definitely getting off the bat that you're very like versatile and social and outgoing. You could consider yourself an extrovert or an extroverted introvert, where you show up and you show out when you have to, but you mostly kind of keep to yourself. But you emanate like a very joyous, warm aura, I'm hearing. And I feel like it's reflected in like your heart space. Like you're just a very loving person, and it definitely shows, okay? So let's pull your other oracle and see. There's like ashes everywhere. We have fairy spotting. It's time to go fairy spotting. It said that seeing is believing, but in fact the opposite is true. Believing is seeing. We have Atlantis, rapid development, excellence, success. We have you're already doing it. Stop overthinking and keep facing your true north. We have watch a movie. Fork in the road, and mending. Okay, so group number 3, how would your guides describe you? I definitely think you're very connected to your inner child and like your creative spirit. I feel like that's something that has never left you, or it's something that maybe you've reconnected to. And there is sort of like a youthfulness to your vibration, and it really is your strength because it brings out a lot of like vitality. I think it inspires other people, and I think it's a part of like your creative like powerhouse. You could be really imaginative and just sort of like one of those people that others have said like, oh, your head's in the clouds or whatever it is, but you're just like on a different planet. You're just astral traveling. Like, I feel like you guys would make really good fiction writers or just creatives in general, like painting and making things, art, creating jewelry, stuff that is new. You could really feel like you're unsure if the path you're on currently is the right path, because we have fork in the road. So you could be feeling some stagnancy, and then we have you're already doing it. Stop overthinking and mending. Okay, so I'm gonna pull the tarot and see what this is. But with rapid development and success, I do feel like your spirit guides are saying like, no, group number 3, like, there's stagnancy because we're going through like planetary chaos, but it has nothing to do with whether or not you're on the right or wrong path. In fact, they're saying you are on the right path. You know, take a deep breath, cuddle with your kitty, make some tea, watch a movie. They're kind of like urging you to relax. Yeah, we have the 10 of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, group number 3, the Queen of Swords. Number 3. 3 of Cups is the center energy of the reading. Wow, the Star. Group number 3. This is exactly the kind of energy I was getting, was like Aquarian energy, just very innovative, very forward thinking, very imaginative, very creative, unique, versatile, you know, just kind of like the alien of the friend group or the planet. Very celebratory. There's something very like fun about you. I think maybe you get invited out a lot, or you could be really popular amongst your friend group. You guys are very attractive too and very beautiful, so you just kind of got like it all going on for you. I think you're very abundant as well, or your guides are telling you that you're about to step into some abundance. So if you were feeling like stagnated, maybe you have a small business and maybe it has gone through like a little bit of a rift, and I feel like your guides are saying to you that this is just like a little moment in time. It too shall pass, but there is going to be sort of this, like, I'm surprised we didn't get the Wheel of Fortune, but we still could, because I'm just sort of seeing that in my mind, like a shift. Okay, so clarify, and then we got that World card, which we'll talk about because that's big, especially after the Star. I think that's how it goes in the tarot, is the Star and then the World, and before the Star is the Tower. So there's that breakdown, and there's that Tower moment, and then there's the Star, which invites healing, and then there's the World, which invites like a full circle completion, the World ruling over Pisces, Star ruling over Aquarius. So clarify the 10 of Pentacles for me. Oh, what was that? What? Get the fuck out of here. What? The 10 of Cups. Wow. You had to have me take a step back. I was like, group number 3. What are you doing? Wow, you guys could be really like, I don't want to say you could be manifesting. I feel like you've been manifesting and you're waiting for those manifestations to kind of materialize into the 3rd dimension. And I feel like that's fucking happening. And it's like gonna be your reality, like everything that you kind of envision for yourself. You're gonna be at like a point, like your guides are really just telling you to like relax. They really said watch a movie. They're like, you need to chill because everything's fine. Group number 3, like go fairy spotting, go take a walk, like stop overthinking. Everything is good in the hood when it comes to being group number 3. Okay, let's pull more. Some of y'all could be in a relationship with someone already. You could be married. You know, there's just more warmth and love coming into those relationships, and that relationship you already have. Others of you have been manifesting a relationship, maybe with someone in particular. Maybe you already know this person, and maybe there was sort of like a breakdown in communication with mending and the Queen of Swords. And it's coming to like a completion of a cycle. There's going to be healing in the connection, and you guys are going to finally be brought together in like an official commitment. Some of y'all could be buying a house or moving. It's just really big. What the fuck? Can y'all see what I'm seeing? We got the King of Swords clarifying the Queen of Swords. Wow, this is counterpart energy. This is like, I don't know what reader said this, but they said this was the divorced couple or the married couple or whatever they said. Queen and King of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. If you're not already in a relationship, I feel like that's kind of what's happening next for you, you know? Okay, clarify the 3 of Cups. 3 of Swords. What is going on? Like, literally, what is going on? Page of Swords. Okay. Clarify the Star. The Knight of Cups. And clarify the World. The 5 of Swords. What? I don't accept this. This is blowing my mind. Hold on. Clarify the 5 of Swords for me. 6 of Wands. Clarify, clarify the King of Swords for me. Got the 5 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles. Okay. All right. Clarify the 10 of Cups for me, actually. Sorry guys, hold on. I'm getting a whole story right now. Like a full-on story. Queen of Cups, Chariot. All right. So this is kind of what's happening. Let me give you like a preface. As you know, I'm not doing tarot very often on my channel. When I do set out to do tarot, I am trying to share the table with other tarot readers and do collaborations. And I always come in with an intention, a prompt. You know, it could be a spicy 18+ reading. It could be kind of like a nonchalant spiritual pick a card like today's. But I feel like Spirit is trying to jam pack as much as they can into me because they know that I'm not like consistently doing this. So these really profound things have been coming out in people's piles, even though it's like a very casual reading. And this is not a love reading, but this is a love reading. Do you know what I'm saying, group number 3? Like, okay, pile 1 and 2 didn't get love readings, but you're about to get one. I'm not going to hold back. I'm seeing a whole story and I'm just going to go for it. So if it's not resonating with you in advance, I do apologize, but definitely check out my girl. She's collabing with me and her channel is linked down below. Maybe there will be some messages in her video for you, or hey, stay tuned. Maybe there's some messages in here for you as well. So I'm going to get into it. I'm not going to hold back. So let's get it. Let's go. Group number 3, I definitely feel like you are on a journey with someone. This is someone you have like a very intense spiritual connection with. And this is someone that you're spiritually more advanced than. And I feel like you had to leave them behind, or you had to sort of make a judgment call on this person to cut them off and to kind of savor your energy. And by savoring your energy, I think you turned your focus towards like more material manifestations. Like maybe you are quite literally moving or buying a car, I'm hearing, or just working on things like within your life. And in the back of your mind, you're like, okay, well, if I come back together with this person, then I've achieved all of it. Like while I was in separation with this person, I worked on the things that I needed to work on. I moved and I bought a car, you know, like those type things. And now I get to come back and be with my like forever person, because I think you truly do believe that this person is your forever person. And I do think that it's mutual. So we got this mending card. I definitely feel like that is the theme of this reading. This is someone like, this is someone that is just as in love with you as you may be with them, okay? And I don't think they've told you that. I definitely feel like this is someone who has held back. This is someone that views you as like their future wife or husband, like, and they have gone over this in their head, like you are the one, okay? And I think that you block this person or you cut this person off. And I don't think it was like, I don't think you wanted to. But I think you just ultimately saw the big picture with the 10 of Pentacles, and you were like, no matter what happens, I'm going to get the 10 of Pentacles, whether it's with this person or without this person. Because I think your mentality was spiritually that if it's not with this person, then that means your forever person is still out there. But either way, you're going to like get what you want out of life. And that's a really, I think your spirit guides are really, proud of you for having that mentality, because that's a very powerful mentality to have. And so I think you blocked this person, or you initiated a separation or no contact with them because they were holding back with the King of Swords. They were not being tried and true in revealing their feelings to you. And I think it was really difficult for you with the 5 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles, but you had to just kind of be more self-focused, right? I definitely feel like this person enjoys you and has always enjoyed you, and maybe you guys were in the middle of having a good time, but you were like, you know what, this good time doesn't mean anything to me if it's not going to lead to like your big picture goals. So I really do feel like this did create a fork in the road for you in general, and also within this connection. And I do think it did hurt this person to find out that they were blocked. I think they immediately wanted to talk to you, but I feel like it did give them a lot of anxiety, sleepless nights. They view you as the star. So they kind of view you, they put you on a pedestal, but they kind of view you as like unattainable or far away or like famous, I'm hearing, or someone that a lot of people admire and want, like a muse, I'm hearing. And I feel like this person does have a love offer that they want to come back around to give you, but I feel like there was like a cycle, there was like an element of divine timing in this connection, and there was just like a lot of stuff that you both had to sort out separately and individually. But I think you both can agree that you're counterparts, and I think you both can agree that your loyalty has been to each other. And with the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups, I definitely feel like this is someone that this separation that you currently are in with them is not really going to matter in the big picture of things, because if it really is like your life partner, it's so small and minuscule in comparison to the years that you're going to spend with them. And if it means that you guys do the individual work that has to be done, so it's not projected onto each other in the connection, then so be it. But I do feel like big point that I'm trying to make with the 6 of Wands in the world is there's going to be reunion energy here. There's going to be reconciliation. There's going to be a chance for mending. And I do feel like this is someone that wants to mend things with you, because they're not letting go of the idea that you are their like person. And I feel like this is someone that wants to fight for this connection. Yeah. Oh, look, we got the 9 of Cups, but it's like they happen to be hugging in this, you know, in this beautiful like imagery here. It's like reunion energy. It's like you make this person really happy, and it's not just happiness, it's compatibility. It's like Queen and King of Swords match. Like there's chemistry. There's probably like a really nice, like you guys probably have a nice vernacular together. Like you talk, like you're funny. I feel like the distance really opened their eyes, and it made them realize that they truly have a lot of feelings for you, that it's like 2 of Cups, 9 of Cups, like it's time for them to finally express. So with the Knave of Pentacles and ending with that, I definitely feel like what your guides want you to know is that they separated you from this person so that you could withdraw your energy and focus your energy onto other opportunities within your life that would create a stable foundation for yourself. They didn't do it out of punishment. They did it because this person also had to kind of like deal with their own stuff, and they were just going to kind of energetically drag you down. So it was kind of like them putting them on timeout and separating them from you in sort of a protective type way. But if you felt stagnancy in like all areas of your life or this area of your life, I do feel like there's going to be forward movement. Okay, so let's do some advice. I love that for you. advice from Spirit. Clean energy food. When you fuel your body with a healthy, organic diet, you increase your energy levels and ability to focus. This automatically leads to more efficiency, better ideas, and a higher vibration, which attracts golden opportunities and beneficial relationships. Okay, so this could also have to do with them saying it's time to sort of clean up your diet, or if you have already cleaned up your diet, they're saying continue to do that because it's really good for you. We have words of abundance. You have the ability to instantly manifest abundance by choosing powerfully positive words. Always describe your own and the world's economic situation in loving and optimistic terms, and that is what you attract for yourself and others. I love that. All right, group number 3. I love you guys so much. Definitely check out my girls' channel. That is linked down below. In the meantime, however, if you guys wanted to collab with me and you're also a tarot reader, definitely hit me up on Instagram and send me a little message and we will work something out. In the meantime, however, stay safe and stay healthy, and I will see you guys in your next reading.